everybody needs to have something going on for
Right.
themselves, because that can be something that can create the next Amazon, next Apple. So all of us have potential. And two, it's like, if you can get a job at a 9 to 5, you can create your own, because apparently they saw something in you.
Right.
So all of us have that potential. It's just we have to, especially in our communities, we have to think about ownership. Powernomics is
How you doing?
My guy, Caleb, how's it going, bro?
Good, man. Good. Hey, I appreciate you, man, making the time, being on the platform. Much appreciated, man. Thank you.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Yo, I love your background, man. Those are
Appreciate that.
powerful, figures of our time, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man, for real. Man, Amit, bro, on our phone call, I'll probably say like last week, time flies. But it was a great discussion, man. It's just learning more about your story, what you do, your accomplishments. It's so much more than what meets the eye on social media, which says a lot because you have a lot on there. So learning more about you was a beautiful experience and talk. So I'm excited because now everybody else has this same opportunity, man. So let's get it.
Yeah, man, let's get it. But before we kind of deep dive, I want to wait for more people to come in here. So those of you that are getting in here, make sure you take that airplane and send it out to 10 people. Send it out to 10 people that are passionate about trading. Send it out to 10 people that, are wanting to start a side hustle and want to monetize. Send it out to anybody that's, struggling during this pandemic and, needs, the next level up in their career. I'm definitely going to be dropping gems when it comes to investing, when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to, if you need to help starting a garden, I'll definitely drop some tips there. Anything you guys need, drop it in the comments. Questions, anything, I'll answer anything. You guys have my full undivided attention for this podcast, man. Caleb, I just want to thank you again for having me on here.
No problem, man. No problem. Whenever you're ready to start, let me know, and then we'll get rolling, man.
Yeah, we get it rolling right now.
Okay, cool, man. Amit, bro, your accomplishments are crazy, man. VP of Brand Resumes, which everybody knows. Owner of Top Flight Trading, which is dope. VP of Sustainability at the Bridge Eco Village, which is crazy. A&R, I don't know how you balance all of these things, but it's wild, man. And starting off, I remember you told me that you had a full ride to Hofstra as well, so the accomplishments never stop. Can you break down the experience of going to college, figuring out who you are as a person, which so many people go through in school as young adults, and then leading to internship, all that good stuff. So what was that experience like going to college on a full ride, which has a lot of pressure?
Yeah, man. So I went to Untitled High School growing up, which is a public school. I'm one of three, right? I have two older sisters. I was the youngest of the group. I'm actually Guyanese. My parents were born in Guyana. They came down here and then they had me. So I was born and raised in Unionville, New York. So throughout my life, I was always a go-getter. I was always hustling, and my parents always instilled education, right? Education. Books are, the fundamentals of anything. And with that being said, I always took my schoolwork very seriously, but I was always such a jovial person, right? I always wanted to make a friend, make a connection. Like, even to this day, my artist that I A&R for is somebody I met in the sandbox. I was in kindergarten when I met Justin. So shout out Just Loyal right now. So throughout my whole entire life, I was always learning tricks of the trade. My dad, he taught me many hats, right? Whether it was botany, learning about plants, whether it was carpentry, learning how to fix stuff, mechanics, I could fix my car. Wow. So being so adaptable, when it came to college, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew it had to do something with engineering. So I kind of did a competition my senior year, and I placed second. And then I was like, okay, I either can go to Manhattan College or Hofstra University. And then I was like, who's going to send me more money? So then I waited, and then Hofstra pulled up with the Noah Scholars Program. Shout out to my Noah family. And they said, Amit, we want to have you in our cohort of about, I believe it was 11 people at the time.
Wow, that's dope, man.
So it was 11 of us, and we went through a rigorous summer program where we didn't have our phones. We were not connected to technology. The only thing we really watched was something called Eyes on the Prize. and it was a documentary about the civil rights movement. So it was about, a lot of leaders when it came to Malcolm X, Sojourner Truth, Malcolm Little, everyone. When it comes to that whole foundation of what America was built on, I really learned that. And that's why, I really resonate with the African American population.
Yeah, man, that's dope. And really, bro, one of the things that attracted to me to you the most is seeing that you grind. Like, you can see that you're somebody who gets after it, somebody who's just a go-getter, man. What ingredients or what traits or what environment instilled that in you, man? Because that's not normal at all, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You think I'm beast, bro? You can see my sisters, man. Technically, I'm the only one in my household that graduated from high school.
Wow.
Like, let me tell you something. My sisters went through school, and they didn't even go through 11th and 12th grade. They went straight to college. So living in a house like that, the pressure was always on. The pressure was always on, and I've always been adding to my plate and continuing to level up. And to this day, I could talk to my sisters, and they will be the only people that really humble me and tell me, for lack of better words, you still ain't shit.
I love it. Hey, it keeps you humble.
Right.
It keeps you humble. Yeah, man.
Exactly. And it's also the people you surround yourself with, right? You want to surround yourself with wolves. You don't want to surround yourself with sheep.
That's a bar. Hey, you said you was gonna be giving out game already getting started. I love it, man. Too, bro, on our phone call, one thing that I loved is you talking about your experiences of interning on Wall Street, which is also an amazing, dope accomplishment. And I think that entails about networking properly in school. So before we even talk about you interning on Wall Street, the fact that you were able to get a foot in the door speaks volumes. So what's the importance of us as millennials, people of color, understanding when we get on these campuses, have fun, but to also network as well?
Right, and that's huge, right? Networking is key. And for those of you that are joining, make sure you take this arrow and send it to 10, 12, 15 people.
Facts.
Because I'm really about to drop some gems, because when it comes to networking, when it comes to landing that internship, you want to be buddy to your professors. You want to go to those office hours. Don't let them say, all right, I need you guys to come to office hours. You should already be at those office hours. You should be emailing your professors on a daily basis. You should be making that connection, creating a LinkedIn profile, adding them on, because once you add somebody else on LinkedIn, now you're the third connect, you're the second connect to them, to their whole entire network. And a lot of people don't really realize that. But LinkedIn is like, I could connect to you, and then somebody that that knows somebody else, I could be their third connection. And that would just bridge the gap right there, and I could get to know them better. And then it could show them, oh, well, I know, Caleb from, 3 Milli Podcast. And they'd be like, well, I don't really talk to anybody, but, since you know my mans, I'll give you some time of day.
Yeah.
So when it came to this internship on Wall Street, I was really tight with the director of sustainability in my school, and they knew this green infrastructure project that worked on Wall Street, and they said, Amit, I get you this interview, and I said, shoot, let's do it. So I took a train to Wall Street in a WeWork, and I sat down for an hour and I spit game to this person, and they were just like, yo, like, when can you start? And I was just and I was saying it like, because at the time I was actually working part-time for Brand Resumes. So I told them everything about Brand Resumes, and I told them that I'm very dedicated to this side project, and when the time comes that I'm going to fully invest in this. So in the back of her head, she was like, okay, well, I know I'm going to bring on this intern, and I know they're not going to be here for her forever, but still let me teach him game, because he was honest to me. And that's the thing, right? When you go into places and you're not going to be there for the long time, it's okay to let them know ahead of time. So they're not overpowering your plate, or they're not treating you like something else, because they know that you're going to leave at a short period of time. Right. So I was only there for about 3 months. And it was actually the day I wasn't even planning on staying for more than 5. Right. But wow. I stayed there for 3 months, because the day before New Year's, before we got into 2020, before this COVID, before all this happened, I called my boss and I was saying, I can't do this anymore. There's a bigger vision for me. I see a bigger latitude.
And that's hard.
It's not being a sustainability analyst for you pitching to billion-dollar mega development infrastructure projects that are in gentrified areas and locations. I can't do that right now, but I'm going to be back. And, I just left it out like that. And she said, Amit, thanks for being real for me from the jump. You don't need to put your 2 weeks in. You're good right now. And the next day she paid me for that part. So it's beautiful. But I say this to say internships are not always paid, but you can negotiate. And if you're doing a crazy commute, make sure you talk to them and say, hey, can you at least give me this stipend so I can make it to work without breaking my pockets? Like, yes, I'm going to give you my dedication. Yes, I'm going to give you my time, my blood, sweat, and tears. You don't need to monetize it, but can you help me get to the destination so I can work efficiently for you?
Man, first off, that is a boss move, bro. I love that story, man. That's great.
Thanks, man.
And I think that the position that you were in right before 2020 started is the same spot that most of the people in our age group are currently in, right? Working jobs, but at the same time have these businesses that's about to emerge. So how do we balance working at that job or at that great internship, but also feeding into our business at the same time? How do we do it?
So that's a great question. And that's $1 million question right there, right? It's time management. It's really time management. Yeah. It's really knowing how you spread yourself. But I've always been spreading myself very, very thin. So I'm not the best person with project management, and I'm humbled enough to say that I'm not. But at the end of the day, a whiteboard is your best friend, right? Write down anything and everything that you have to do. And after you do it, write down how long it took you to do it. So in the future, if I got to do this again, I know how much time to allocate for it. And a lot of people will tell you that they do write things down, but they don't write down that time aspect of it. And if you can write down that time aspect of it, in the future that you can be prepared for it. And if we're talking about time is money. And if we get into stocks, we can talk about making a certain amount of, money within a certain given amount of time, and then buying back your time for the future. So now you can just chill. I'm not gonna get to that real quick. I'm not gonna get to that yet.
Hey, you killing that, and we will get to that. I promise you, bro. And going back, man, to Wall Street, what was that experience like to be somewhere that is pretty much like the commercial epicenter of the world? So what was that experience like? And two, did you take some of those things that you saw firsthand and apply that to your own businesses, strategies, and everything else?
Yeah, that's a phenomenal question, man. You got the questions tonight.
Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Hey, we just chopping it up. I'm just trying to learn, man.
No, of course. And everyone that's joining in, I see a lot of people joining in. Just take this arrow and send it to 5-10 friends.
Most definitely.
Let them see what we got going on, because I'm really just dropping game. Free game.
Yes, sir. For free.
We're sold separately though. All right, shout out my guy Mark Moreau for teaching me that. So to answer your question, when I was on Wall Street, I really had to think like somebody on Wall Street. I really wanted to put myself in this level, because a lot of great successors in our time have actually worked on Wall Street for a short period of time just to know what it tastes like. And that's what it is. I learned what it tastes like. I learned what, messing up, catching the wrong downtown train, missing some time, coming back. I learned, how to really read the newspaper, right? I already knew how to read the newspaper, but I'm talking about really understanding that there's newspaper that comes out every day, and that there's key information that people miss out on because they're not staying up to date with the news. Especially with today's day and era, man. Like, people are so fixated on the United States, but there's a bigger, greater scope than just America.
That's facts.
And that's just something that I really got to realize, but I already knew that. But just to be able to share that knowledge to everybody here, that's just definitely a gem to keep abreast of exactly what's going on around you, because we're honestly looked at as a show. This whole election is a show for other countries. People are taking it as a joke.
That's facts.
People are taking this as a joke, man. Like, it's pretty sad, but I'm not really gonna get too much into politics. But to answer your question. Yeah, man. I just moved like somebody on Wall Street, and I was trading at the time too. So there was times where I was working at the desk, and I would stop, check my account, make a couple of trades, scalp a few plays, and then get back to work. And then it was just nice, man. It was really fast paced. I had to walk fast. There were people that were literally about to run me over if you were not walking fast enough.
Yo, wow, wow.
But it's also the connections too, because you never know who you could run into. So
Hmm.
anybody that I saw when I was walking, walking their dog or whatever, I would just, strike up a quick conversation, say, "Hey, how you doing?" Tell them a little about myself. They told me about themselves, and I learned a little bit about them, and I just go about my day. Didn't need to take any phone numbers. Didn't need to do anything. Just strictly conversation based, and that's just practicing a skill over and over again. So when you're talking, you're not stuttering, you're not fumbling your words, you're not fumbling the bag. You're
Yeah.
really talking about what's on your mind.
Mm, that's gems, man. And something that you said in that statement, which was very, very powerful, because I already know you love Earn Your Leisure. I love it as well.
Those are my
One of my
guys, man.
favorite podcasts, man.
Riverside, Jamal, Mike. Yeah, those
Yes,
are my
bro.
guys.
I love it. I love it. And what you said is the same thing that Wall Street Trapper talks about, right? Is watching the news. But y'all watch it differently with a different set of eyes. For people who's interested in stocks and in trading, how should you watch the news?
That's a great question, right?
Thank
You
you.
want to watch the news and see which analyst report what, right? And then you want to
Mm,
do your research on that analyst and then do your research on the history of what that analyst upgrades and downgrades.
wow.
And when you're watching the news too, you want to make sure that you're listening to the events. You want to listen to the mergers and acquisitions. You want to have a bird's eye view, right? The profit guru. That's a good tip, right? You want to not be so narrow minded. You don't want to have tunnel vision. You want to be like a sponge and absorb everything. Sometimes you would watch the news and notice something that you may be holding in your portfolio, and then it could be like that alarming effect to make you want to drop something. You never know.
Mm, that's good, man. That's good. Amit, bro, you balance so much sustainability, which I think is very interesting because you're the first person who I met that actually like knows this stuff, bro. So can you just share with us how you got involved in that, like your passion for it, and two, how you knew what you wanted to do with it so young?
Of course, of course. Actually, I really want to take some steps back because
Let's do it.
with sustainability, I used to like this fell on my lap. Fun
Mm,
fact, I played lacrosse. I played lacrosse
yeah.
for Hofstra University, right? I played for the club team, so shout out all my club members because I was doing so much that I couldn't just give myself up to D1. Plus,
Mm,
I didn't want to put my body through that. Let's be honest.
I understand. Yeah.
um, but what happened was I was struggling in engineering, and I'm gonna admit that, right? The math, the science, it wasn't my forte. I had to retake some classes, and I'll be a man and man up to it. But what my backup plan B was sustainability, and so my partner John was actually on my lacrosse team, and he was in the same predicament, but he dropped out a semester before me, so he was already in sustainability, and he was telling me like, bro, this is completely new. This is the next thing. And I said,
Mm,
let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at this. And I really took a look at it and I focused and I honed in on the scope of things. And I realized that sustainability is the future.
mm,
Basically, what sustainability means is doing actions of today to not jeopardize the future generations to come,
mm,
whether that's the economics of your business, whether that's the environment. So, gardening, creating renewable energies, being carbon neutral, right? Whether it's socially, so making sure that everyone can be happy around you,
mm.
everyone can be satisfied. You're going to work every day being happy because everyone else around you is happy, right?
Wow.
That is social sustainability, right? And it's funny that you bring that up because, where I am in my life, I left the sustainability world, right? I left it and it made me sad
Mm,
because I was now taking up a new responsibility as the vice president of brand resumes. And at the end of the day, I knew it would come back to me
mm,
because now I'm focusing on the social sustainability of things,
mm.
right? And on the environmental side, my dad gardens, right? I was brought up to be a gardener, like non-GMO, created like growing okra, bhaji, spinach,
Wow.
peppers. I make my own pepper sauce, bro. You gotta try
Wow. Wow.
it.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's what's up.
um, but I say this to say, as time progressed, I met a lot of people, and through an Earn Your Leisure event, I met The Bridge, and they took me in as one of their own, and Gary Gilliam just jumped in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
building as the
yeah.
CEO of the Bridge, and that's one of my big mentors, and it's absolutely amazing to be a part of that family, man. He brought it back into full circle for me, and I'm forever grateful because now I get to push that initiative, and now he made me the vice president of sustainability for his association, and now I am economically teaching people how to trade options sustainably, socially getting people jobs during this pandemic, and then for the whole environment side, I'm literally helping people in bad neighborhoods have affordable housing, right? Live, eat, learn, work, and play. That's what the Bridge is all about. And it's absolutely amazing. And the vision, it's something that I've seen as soon as I got a conversation with Gary, Corey, Desmond, Ken. Shout out all those guys, man. Successful Real Estate, that's my guy, man. All those guys, complete vision, man, because they've really showed me, all my mentors have showed me that it's really impact over profits. It's passion over profits. People don't care about the money. The money will come, but you got to really bring value to your community.
Man, I'm a living legend right now, bro. You're killing this, man. I love this conversation, how it's flowing. Gary Gilliam, you were actually telling me about him on the phone call. And it's crazy because I was just about to bring that up, popped up on the live. Mentorship is such a big thing. And for you to have a mentor speaks volumes because most people, they'll say, yo, I'm good. I've done X, Y, and Z. I've made it. So for you to really take a step back as a man and say, I can still learn. What is the importance of us having mentors and learning from somebody else sometimes?
Right. I think it's so valuable to be a mentor. And I think it's even valuable to be a mentee because these mentors need somebody to teach. And these people that are hungry for education need someone to give them the ropes. Literally, all my mentors, they've made it or they're making it. And they're literally taking the ladder, turning it around and letting me walk up their footsteps. They're showing me everything that they messed up on, everything that I need to learn so I can save time because time is money.
Facts.
And full disclosure, I'm only 24 years old, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And bro, like you're killing the game at 24. At 24, man, like keep doing this stuff. I love this, man. Also, bro, you are owner of Top Flight Trading. That is amazing as well. And you're teaching people as well on how to trade stocks and options. This isn't common knowledge. And I think that you pretty much know that this isn't common knowledge. It's not taught in schools. And the fact that you're being a mentor and sharing information, free game. Can you break down the whole inspiration of Top Flight Trading, starting that,
Of course.
mentoring people, all that?
Of course. But before I go do that, I want everyone in here to take that plane and send it to 5, 10 people. Send it to your mom. Send it to
Most
your
definitely.
dad. Send it to your cousin. Send it to your brother. Send it to anybody that you could think of. Shout out all my Top Flight members in here. Shout out my cousins in here. Shout out anybody that was really with me from the journey. Shout out all my brand resumes writers out here.
Yes, sir.
Because we really changing the game up, man, for the people of color.
Yeah.
This what we're doing right now is going to resonate in the next 5, 10 years. So what really gave me my real opportunity to be able to step into the limelight and teach option trading was I was posting success. Before Top Flight, I've always been posting success. Just to show people that, hey, you guys unfortunately have been furloughed or laid off, but I'm still monetizing. I'm still making my way. And that made people reach out to me saying, hey, man, put me on. Hey, man, put me on. Hey, man, put me on. And it's funny because before I made Top Flight, I was in 6 different servers of Discord, and I was monetizing by that, meaning that people were paying me. Different type of millionaire investors were paying me a monthly fee to give out signals to their servers, about 6 of them. So I was literally creating a monthly income from just giving out game. And then I realized that, I need to just create my own company. I need to be that investor. Shout out the master investor, and I see my guy Ian just jumped in.
Most definitely. Big fan.
To be able to be a teacher and really teach somebody that wants to be a sponge. Right?
Yeah.
And when I was making Top Flight, I realized that I don't want to break anyone's pocket because they want to learn. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do a beta for a month and see exactly who I could bring to the table. Because at the time, I was going to EYL events and I met Wall Street Trapper, and he told me how much he cared about the fundamentals. And I said, hey, bro, there's a thing about option trading. And then he kind of brushed me to the side. He said, yo, I don't want that risk. I said, all right, bro, all right. Months later, Mark Monroe steps into the picture and says, yo, guys, here's the ladder. Climb up with me. Option trading is a thing, and I'm going to make this easy, like ABC. And that, when I heard about Mark, I was like, what? This is crazy. Because one, I've been told these guys about option trading. Mind you, I've been trading.
You was already on the way.
I've been trading my options my sophomore year of college, my freshman sophomore year of college. I started with penny stocks. I started trading paper, meaning that I was simulating, and then I got into options, and then I realized that I could make a quick lick off of this. And then I was telling all my friends, like, yo, you guys should really buy into stuff like this. And they were like, nah, man, I'd rather just go out to this mixer. I'd rather just go buy this keg. I'd rather go buy this, Ciroc or whatever. And I was like, all right, you guys go do that. But let me go put my money in these solar stocks, because I know sustainability. And I know that clean energy is the future. And I know that people are going to look back at this and realize that, hey, I should have listened to him, because now look at TAN, look at, Sunrun, look at First Solar, look at all these amazing companies. Because if you date it back to 4 or 5 years ago, they were $5, they were $6.
Cheap.
They were $10.
Yeah. Yo, Amit, man, everything that you're telling us right now is prophetic, really, because everything's changing, man. And like our age group, we see so much change that I think that we know how to adapt to it well. And earlier, you talking about you making big moves before 2020, not even knowing that it was about to hit. And then COVID hits, and you're still good, speaks volumes, man. So where do you see technology going in the future? Sustainability, everything.
So I think a lot of these buildings that are going to be created are going to be LEED certified. They're going to be Envision certified. There are these benchmarks that are creating jobs for people in the green industry to say, okay, I'm going to go into this building, see how much energy is being burnt, see how much waste is being produced, seeing where this waste is going to, seeing how this waste is then burnt and then refueled into the grid. Like they're creating closed loop circuits, meaning that there's no waste, there's no real carbon that's being emitted into the world. And that's honestly the future. It's green energy. And if you look at Sweden, if you look at Reykjavik, if you look at other places in the world, they're living on renewable energies. Costa Rica is surviving off of ecotourism. A lot of places are already advanced. It's just the legislation that we have currently that's really messing us up. And a couple of days from now, we're going to see a huge shift in the paradigm, man. And it's absolutely amazing. Like when I was at Hofstra, I was the president of my sustainability club, and I noticed that all the garbage, like, let me tell you something. What I noticed with the institutions is that they will play mental games on you, meaning that they will have a trash can that says recyclables, and they'll have a trash can that says everything else. But at the end of the day, if you actually look at the janitors that are really throwing this stuff out in the garbage cans, they're mixing everything together. So then I was like, wait, hold up, what's going on? Then I did more research on it, and I talked to the guys, and they said, oh yeah, we don't sort anything out because it all goes to that energy plant. Then I did more research on the energy plant, and the energy plant that Hofstra uses is called Covanza Energy, ticker CVA. And they've been having a lifetime partnership for quite some time now. So what happens is they take the waste, they burn it, they take that energy, they fuel it back into the grid, and that gas, they turn it to water vapor and release it back into the atmosphere.
Yo, mind blown. This is crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So how do we apply that knowledge when it comes to stocks and options? Because apparently there's a market for this.
Right. So there's a huge market for this, right? And when it comes to stock and options, I would honestly say to do your research. Do what Trap says. Do what Ian says. Do what Mark says. Don't get into anything unless you know fundamentals, right? My guy, Uncle Charles, Wall Street Consortium, he's always preaching on fundamentals. He always says long-term investing, right? Because he does his research. He has skin in the game. He's also one of my mentors, right? And shout out to all my mentors that are in here. I appreciate y'all for always leading the way, because you guys told me to never just jump into something just because I hear of a hot streak. Just because you hear that Kodak is blowing up, it's gonna come back down. Just because you hear that, you know, another stock is running up, Neo is running up, doesn't mean it's gonna last forever. Look within the blueprint. Look within the fine prints. See the PB ratio, right? See the P&L. Like there's more that meets the eye, and a lot of these teachers that are up and coming are realizing that, and you shouldn't teach if you don't really understand the fundamentals. And a lot of people are thinking that they're investors, but they're not. And they only realize that they're not when they lose their whole portfolio.
That's a bar, bro. That's a bar. I like this, man. Fundamentals, that's a very important word, doing your research. So before we even get involved in stocks and options, because our age group, again, man, is changing the world. You know, thanks to platforms such as Earn Your Leisure, which is huge as well. Ian Dunlap, legend. Market Mondays is crazy, man. How do we do our research? Because I know us being 24, 23 years old, we see people who just like to go into stuff and just to get a bag, flex on Instagram, flex on their friends, and not do it with the right pure intentions. So before we hop into stocks, before we hop into options, what would you say we should do step one when it comes to researching, reading, learning, all that good stuff?
All right, first things first is you really got to surround yourself with a good community, right? You want to gravitate to people that are like-minded, because what you don't know, somebody else will know. And if they have the right intentions, then they'll put you on a game. Because me putting you on a game is not going to mess up my money. The market's for everybody.
That's right.
So you want to look into websites. You want to look into knowledge, right? You want to read some books. You really want to understand compounding effects, right? You want to understand the Greek values. You want to understand theta decay. You want to understand earning reports. You want to understand how to read a chart. You want to understand indicators. There's so many different type of things. I can't even give you all of it during this time, man. Wow. But anybody on here that wants to learn more, reach out to me. Yeah.
I love that, man. So far with Top Flight Trading, what has been that most fulfilling moment where you felt it and you could see that you were doing just meaningful work overall?
When I realized that it was really a community. Like it wasn't only about investing. It was about investing in each other. Right? It wasn't about investing in the market, but it was about understanding that this is a sense of community and belonging, and that whole social sustainability aspect that I'm preaching on, right? If there was any trouble, if there was anything, anybody could talk to anybody. We could vent to one another. We'd share game with one another. We'd tell each other about our passions, our side hustles. I had a chat inside my Discord server that just said, introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. I want to learn more about you. Let's network beyond this.
That's good, man. As a leader too, bro, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay confident? Because I know in life there's ebbs and flows, but as a leader, man, really you have to tap into people's personalities, people's mindsets. So how do you balance all of that? And two, how do you stay confident? How do you stay motivated?
Honestly, I stay motivated because I have an amazing girlfriend that always pushes me.
Oh,
she's always in my corner, and she's been with me we're about to come on 3 years right now, this end of November, and she's definitely been motivating me all the time. Whenever I don't feel right, she just comes and cuddles up next to me and tells me it's going to be all right. And to have that significant other and not go out and, for lack of better words, chase hoes, and waste my money on popping bottles and stuff, it's better. It's way better, because now I'm building a foundation, a sustainable foundation for, the next young Ami or whatever have you, right?
Facts, bro.
But also, it's also my family too, right? They've always instilled books. My parents to this day, anytime I leave the house or call them, they'd be like, what are you doing? Like what's up? And I love that, because if I didn't have that support system, I don't know where I'd be, right? I don't know if I'd be on the street. I don't know where I'd be. But also, shout out my loyals, right? My guys from day one. I see my guy live to the end. Angels in here, my A&R, Just a Loyal. my guy Donique, Chris, Austin, Stretch, all of them. They take my mind off of things because I play ball for fun. I'm not nice in ball, but I have to compete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those guys, I could teach them game on stocks, but then they can humble me real quick when it comes to anything else.
I love that, man. I love that. And bro, again, stocks and options and the stock market, bro, that's not taught to us in school, man, at all. Like
It's not.
it's not.
I feel like it's about to be a curriculum. The way we got things moving, man.
Facts.
The way we got the room shaking.
Yes, sir.
It's really something. But the thing is, for all my math heads out there, derivatives, quadratic formulas, a lot of other high-end math, you can honestly put it into options. Like the Greek values, the theta decay, adding certain type of things. Honestly, it gets into the cyclic form of mathematics. Like my girl, she's studying for a CPA, and she was showing me her book, and a chapter was on option trading.
Wow.
And I'm reading it on a high, CPA level, because shout out Deloitte, she's going to Deloitte. And I was like, babe, like, that's amazing, because now you can trade. And she's like, no, I'm not ready for that. I was like, all right, but you're still learning game. And that's crazy, because it wasn't only until after college that she was exposed to this. And I was like, that's messed up. That's messed up, because what happened with me, and this is why I want to give out as much knowledge as possible, is because I was invited to a Discord server that I didn't know anyone's name of. And we all went by aliases. And they were giving me game for free. I was just asking anything and everything under the sun, and they were answering all my questions. They didn't know who I was. I didn't know who they were, but they were giving it to me because you couldn't get into this Discord unless you knew somebody. So my boy invited me in, and then I was like, oh, wait, whoa. Because there was like 500 people, and that number stayed 500 for a good amount of time.
Yo.
Because people kept it as a strict community. Like, these were Wall Street analysts in this group that to this day people don't know, and I'm still in that server. That's probably one of the only servers I'm still in.
Yo, this man is a living legend, y'all. I give this man his flowers right now, bro, for real.
I don't need flowers, man. I grow my own flowers.
Yeah.
My own flowers.
Talk that talk, bro. Man, Amit as well, bro, being in our age group, like sometimes people, they can say, yo, I don't want to get involved in that. It's too confusing, or they can feel intimidated by it, right? How do we demystify the stock market and just make it simple?
Stick to an industry. Stick to something that you know. Don't just go through, the housing market, then skip to financials, then go to tech, then go to, renewable energies, then go to, manufacturing, then go to, lithium and copper and stuff like that. They go into crypto. Like, you don't want to do any of that.
Yeah.
Stick to the fundamentals. Stick to exactly what you know. Stick to the bread and butter, right? Create a book, create a journey, document everything, because once you master your craft, I expect you to go to your friend, go to your peer, and be like, here's this book. I just put you on a game. I don't need anything else in return. Just make sure that you go and teach the next person what I just put you on to.
I love that, bro. I love that. And too, man, earlier you were talking about Kodak, which was a big deal, when it was popping, blowing up, all that. How do you know when it's time to hop out of something, and how do you know if it's a trend or if it's something that can actually stand the test of time?
You look at the numbers, you look at the volume. The volume was just astronomical. You know that it was just a pump and dump, because if you look at the RSI, it was overbought. If you look at the MACD had a different type of crossing. And then if you look at, other type of indicators, you definitely know that this was just a hype scheme. Because if you even did your research more, you know that the owner of Kodak was known for doing shit like this, excuse my language.
No, you're good.
Past, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just doing your due diligence and not just hopping on something just for the greater good. Because if you hop into something, these markets are ran on algorithms. These algorithms are calculating your stop limit. They're calculating certain things. So when you set that limit, when you set in certain things, the market is going to play a certain way to hit that limit to sell you out so it could jump back up.
That's good. Man, free game, free consultation right now. I'm learning so much from you, bro. I love this, man. Let's transition, bro, to the Bridge Eco Village, man. How'd you get involved in that, VP, man? Active in so many things. So tell me about this experience.
Man, the Eco Village was something that blew my mind because when he was telling it to me, I was like, this is crazy. Like, you guys have to do this. And he's like, bro, it's being done. It's about to be done. Like, we're doing the groundbreaking November 19th, and I'm going to
Wow.
Pittsburgh, and we're really about to put the shovel in and start building the first bridge ever. Shout out
Congrats.
to and it's absolutely incredible. I met them, and it was synergy automatically, and we had the same intentions, we had the same views, and I realized that my sustainable vision can live on, and now I can give my game free. I can put them on. I can connect. I can leverage my connections. I can really just fall in love again with, my passion that I had before.
Yeah, that's great, man. And sustainability is a big thing, as we talked about earlier. And what you said about it was very, very, very good when you were talking about how sometimes it can be used to gentrify black and brown areas, people of color. How do we use this as a tool to fight off gentrification, if possible?
Wow, that's a hefty question. I would honestly say, well, I don't even. The thing is that sustainability is not for a certain race. It's not for a certain gender class. It's not for a certain income class. It's for everybody. We only have one planet to live on.
That's facts.
It's literally, and this is why I love the Bridges the Bridges vision, is because we should have been started this years ago. So we're on a sense of urgency to start building bridges and connecting people and bringing value to the community, teaching financial literacy to people, because we were not taught it in school. We were taught about certain things that don't even matter, that we're not even using anymore.
Yeah, that's real.
So like what is the purpose of that? You know what's the purpose of that? These teachers were paid a fixed amount of a curriculum salary to teach things that were passed down to them. So it wasn't until a recalcitrant, a disruptor, to really step into the equation and say, all right, I want to stop this. Shout out Troy. Troy is one of those guys that was a school teacher, and now he's on the financial literacy journey to teach as many people as possible. And shout out Earn Your Leisure. Those are my guys.
Yeah, for real, bro. That's a great point, man. So, Amit, do you feel that, I'm trying to word this properly, because when it comes to college, do you feel like our age group or our children in the future will want to go to college, or do you think that we'll be so advanced when it comes to financial literacy and how to make money on our own that college might not even be necessary anymore?
Right, I'll put you onto some game. Google just dropped some courses. You can take these Google courses, and that will supplement a university degree. And you just need to pay Google some money, which is a fraction of the cost of a university. So that is what we're going to see. The gig economy is on the rise. And that's why we dropped the course, How to Become a 5-Star Resume Writer, because you need to know how to write a resume. And if you don't want to, learn how to write a resume, then you don't want to fish, right? We want to teach you how to fish. We want to teach you, if you can learn how to write a resume, then you can file for an LLC. And then if you file for an LLC, you can start creating an income by writing resumes for your family, for writing resumes for your peers, for writing resumes for a company that you're already in. So you're helping people transition on a vertical. You don't need to just write a resume to get into a job. You can write a resume if you're already in a job and you want to move up on a vertical. If you want to get that promotion, don't go to the promotion and say, hey, I did XYZ. Show them an upgraded resume. Show them and show them your first resume of when you entered the company to when you now are in the company with all of that experience that you have under your belt. A lot of people don't get that. And that's why we came out with the course, man. It's only $9.97. Shout out Brandon, shout out Noel, shout out Emily, shout out everybody, Sixten, shout out everybody a part of the team that really brought that together. It was 6 months in the making. I flew out to West Bubblefuck, Wisconsin to film it, to help with that. And now we brought it to fruition, and we're only charging a fraction of the cost. And it's an investment. It's an investment to create thousands of dollars. We took resume writing, and we're about to come up on $500,000 within 17 months. Are you kidding me? 2 colored people from the same hood coming up with that. And now we're teaching you how to do that. Are you telling me you don't want to be a resume writer? Are you kidding me?
Yo, this man is a legend, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. And bro, that segues perfectly because just had Brandon on the podcast, I think 2 weeks ago now, and that was a great discussion. And knowing that y'all have cooked up something so special, can you break down the importance of resume writing and the bag behind it? Because you kind of hinted to it just now. And I think that that is such an interesting business, man. So break that down and pretty much like the whole process of it, man.
Right. The whole process of resume writing is very thorough, right? There are things that are put in place these days to vet your resume. And because we're in a pandemic, you best believe that there's not going to be a hiring manager, recruiter, or employer that's looking at your resume. There's going to be technology that's sifting through your resume. It's called ATS, that stands for Applicant Tracking Software. And you best believe 98% of corporate companies in America vet you for your keywords, vet you for analytics, vet you for dollar signs, number signs, percentiles. They want you to do something called the XYZ approach. And I'm going to give you all a gem right now. I want everyone to go to their resume, look at the bullet points. You should have about 4 to 5 bullet points per job section, and do the XYZ approach, meaning you did X, which led to Y, which resulted in Z. And that way you're able to input 3 sets of data points into that single bullet point and spearhead that resume like no tomorrow.
Sheesh. Free game, bro. Hey,
Free game,
charge
man.
for this, man.
That's
Hey, it's
all the
time to start
man.
charging, man.
Shout out my mentors, man. Gary Gilliam, Mark Monroe, man. Yo, you guys really put the battery in me, man. You guys
Yeah.
really put the battery in me, and I'm forever grateful.
Yeah, man. And bro, Amit, how you guys market your product, how you guys market brand resumes is dope. Can you explain and break down the importance of knowing how to market your business properly and effectively?
Right. So you want to get attached to the people. You want to get to the people. You don't want to just say, all right, here's a resume. Go, like, I write resumes. No. You want to really resonate. You want to have relations. You want to be able to make them put themselves in your shoes, but you also want to be able to put yourself in their shoes, right? So you want to really be able to market it, right? You want to really get into the SEO of things. You want to be in the cookies. You want to be in the cachet. You really want to be in the back end of things. You want to be able to have an upselling, downselling, anything, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of game that everyone has been giving me over the time, and it's amazing to have a service that I can provide sustainable initiatives for people, right? You want to be able to write a resume, highlight all your skills, but then be able to have transferable skills if you wanted to make a career transition, right? You want to have collaborations with certain type of entities to make sure that you're a perfect fit for this corporation.
Wow, that's good. Yo, you are a legend, bro. I'm gonna keep telling you that, man. Keep this up. I love this, man. I love this. Bro, Amit as well, you are a man of many talents. You are very nuanced, multi-layered. A&R, bro. Tell me about that, man. Love for music, getting involved in the music industry, and yeah, bro, just taking that shot. Explain that to me, man.
Yo, being an A&R, man, it's crazy because when I was in middle school, and actually when I was in elementary school, your parents always told you to play an instrument. So I actually started out singing because I'm Hindu, so I used to sing in my church. And then I kind of outgrew that, and then I wanted to play percussion, so I started playing drums, right? And I started out with the snare drum, then I got into bass, then I got into drum sets, and then I was just really into the music. And then I met, Justin was always a part of band. He played the baritone, the trombone, and I realized that music was a thing. And then we just, always used to cut ass. We used to just make fun of each other. And then we just rapped for fun, right? We just started rapping for fun. And then I was like, bro, you're good at this. And then he just took that and then just started really rapping and stuff. And then we would just chill, and then he just showed me some bars, and like, bro, that's fire. Like, we just got to keep this going. And then everybody around us, started to join the game. And then, collaboration over competition. People were doing features. And then he was like, yo, bro, you got to be my A&R. Like, I see all the connections you flex in. Like, you just got to be that guy to bring me in that room. I said, yo, bet money, bro. So the time I met Gary Gilliam was the time I met Caleb Colossus.
Wow.
Shout out Caleb. I told his manager right now we're doing a huge play in the music industry, but I can't release too much. But anybody that's in the music industry, definitely hit me up because I got something releasing actually next week that's gonna shake the game. That's really gonna shake the game. I actually have Ryan Leslie's number, and I gotta hit him up because I got a lot of stuff in store.
Yo, talk that talk, man. Talk that talk, bro.
Yo,
I'm excited.
being an A&R, man, being an A&R is fun. It's fun because I get to be in the studio. I
Mm-hmm.
get to talk to other A&Rs. I
Yeah.
get to even for my birthday we went to Cali and they put me on a track, and I was like on the track and they was just like, all right, bro, go, and I was like, what am I saying? They said, yo, just talk your shit, man. I was like, I say that. The song is called 113. I forgot the year, but it's just called like 113, and it's on their EP that they dropped, and
Yo,
it's funny. It's funny. I'm gonna actually post the song after this live so you guys can listen to it.
hey, let's do it.
Because it's funny, but yeah, man, I like to spread myself, man. I like to be in different avenues because I'm always learning. I'm always trying to be a sponge, man, and I'm young and I'm just trying to get it, man. I'm trying to make Forbes. I'm trying to, even be the guy that pays the guys that work at Forbes. You know what I'm saying? We're coming out with I can't say too much, Brandon's gonna kill me, but we're coming out with an order management platform that handles some writing. So if you're a ghostwriter, if you write anything, if you write resumes, if you write grants, if you write anything, hit me up because I'm about to revolutionize the entire game. We about to take Fiverr out of business. We about to take Upwork out of business. We really coming, bro.
Ooh.
We really coming. Shout out Brandon, man. Brandon is definitely one of my mentors too, man. That's my peer. That's my colleague. That's my brother. That's my partner, man. And when we in the room, bro, it's scary.
Yeah, I
It's
love
scary.
that. Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. Because again, seeing people in my age group killing the game is, and we've already spoken about this on the phone, is the purpose of this platform. So talking to guys like yourself and Brandon is amazing, man. And you've said collaboration over competition, which is a big gem, bro. A big gem. You take a lot of chances in life, a lot of risk, and they pay off, and you collaborate. You don't try to compete with people, and you always try to feed people or learn as well. What's the importance of us combining forces and not trying to compete?
It's crazy that you say feeding people because when I was at Hofstra, I was growing plants non-GMO in a greenhouse, and they gave me a plot of land, and I was growing crops, and I was going to the local food shelter, and I was donating all my crops. And all my friends that were coming by, I was just like, yo, here, try this pepper, try this tomato, try this squash, and then let's go and give it back to the needy, right? So collaboration over competition, it's always about teaching somebody else what you already know. Like I said, time is a huge value, and if you can buy someone's time, if you can save someone's time, then they'll find value in you. And I'm doing all what I'm doing because I don't need anything in return, because everyone that's given me and helped me get to where I am, they didn't ask for anything in return.
Wow. That's good, bro. That's good, man. Amit, bro, before we go, man, I got to get your response on this. Where do you see yourself and your business and everything, man, within the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can, because I know you're accomplishing crazy things in just a week or two. So 5 years, where do you see yourself?
5 years, I'm looking for an exit strategy. If I don't IPO, I'm looking for an exit strategy, and I'm looking to become a venture capitalist.
Good. I'm excited to see the future, man. You killing this, bro. You killing this, man. Before we bounce, where can everybody follow you, support you, just keep up with you, man, overall?
I need everyone here to follow me, to follow all my companies, to follow all my co-founders, to follow everybody that I'm affiliated with, because you like my energy. Everybody around me got the same energy because I surround myself with wolves. So you can find me at tag_Amit. You can find Top Flight at Top Flight Trading. You can find Brand Resumes at Official Brand Resumes. You can find The Bridge at The Bridge Eco Village. That's it, man. You can find Just at Just the Loyal. You can stream him on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, you name it. He could just release a single, but he's dropping a project soon. So, make sure you pre-order that. Shout out my guys.
Yes. Yo, Man, for somebody to be involved in music, stock market, sustainability, intern on Wall Street, lacrosse, like, bro, the world is not ready for you, man. Like, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Being able to talk to you, chop it up, have this live, share this with you, bro, has been an amazing experience, bro. So I truly feel humbled and blessed, bro. So seriously, man, keep this up. I'm dead serious, bro. You're always welcome on the show, man, anytime, bro. But I'm very, very, very excited for you, man, for real.
Bro, I just want to thank you for giving me this time and giving me this outlet to really share my story, right? There's a time where I'm always doing left, right, up, down. I'm doing everything, but people don't really understand me. And this really gets the whole scope of everything. I haven't done a live like this where I was really this transparent, like with my financial flex. Like me and her, we were going at it, but that was mainly for options, right? I didn't really get to deep dive into these questions that you took your time with and really got to deep dive in who Amit Nath really is.
Yes.
So
a legend, bro. That's who you are. Nah, thank you, bro. Living legend, man, for real, bro. And to see somebody, man, a year older than me, doing things that I look up to, man, is needed, bro. Everybody in this live, thank y'all, man, for just tapping in. Bro, I'm serious, man. I'm only a DM text call away, bro. Anytime that you want to hop on the platform, I'm here, bro. And this conversation, it will be saved and it will be posted on YouTube sometime next week. So I got you, bro. I have IGTV clips of it, all that good stuff. So I got you, bro.
This is just the beginning for you, right? You think I'm great, bro? Wait for the other people you bring on this platform. You about to really go crazy. Everybody that's tuning in, make sure you follow 3 Milli Pod because his journey is about to be immaculate.
Thank you, bro.
I just want to thank everyone that's tapping in on this Friday night. I appreciate your time, and till next time.
Yes, sir.